Had I been the son out of both the daughters in my family, I believe life would have been different. I'm the youngest of the two daughters that my family has. We were living a very happy life in a very small two-room apartment in Karachi, in a slum area, which is considered as a no-go area. But life was beyond good. Life was beautiful. It changed over the course of time when I turned 8 years old. It was 30th August 1995, when it was my sister's birthday. I went to the store to grab a chocolate bar for her, and I was so happy that I am going to wish her happy birthday and she'll be so happy about it. When I reached home, after having that chocolate bar in my hand, things weren't exactly the way I expected them to be. There were many people surrounding my father's bed. My uncles, my aunts, his friends, my mom's friends, everyone was there. And it made me question what is wrong, what's going on. Then I realized that my father's blood report had arrived. 4 of my cousins lifted him up, put him on a chair. They started taking him out of our flat. I remember having that last eye contact with him, that last glance that we exchanged, in which he told me that, my daughter, it's going to be you. You are going to take it over from here. I was 8 years old. I had no idea what he was trying to tell me. But the very next day, I came to know that he is no more in my life. I started questioning where to take my life from here. There is no male member in the family. I am not the son that was supposed to be. I am not that person that my family always expected me to be. I was depressed. I was lost. I was completely in a very different zone of mind that I could not think about anything but my father being missed from the family. It made me think so many things at that time, because there were so many people who used to make me feel oppressed. They used to call me orphan. They used to call me little and useless. And it made me think about how do I bring back that happiness? How do I bring back that pleasure, that motivation that my mother, my sisters always used to give to me? Then I remembered that last eye contact that I had with my father. He was a strong man. He was the man of steel. He came from a very conservative family, but he went against all odds to complete his architecture degree. He used to study under a street lamp because there was no electricity at his home. No one liked him being educated. He fought the battle of blood cancer for 5 good years. That's a long time. He couldn't survive, but he left so many spiritual things for me and my family that I could take it up from there. That belief led me to think about me, my family, in a very different manner. I was 11 years old when my sister, who used to tutor kids for coping up with the financial situation of the family, I asked her one day, what if I could tutor one kid and I could earn some living for myself or maybe to contribute to the home? At first she laughed and she thought that I won't be able to do it, but then I think she wanted me to give it a try. I said, give me a chance. I started tutoring that very little girl, and at the end of the month, I had $2 in my pocket, 200 Pakistani rupees, which is barely nothing, nothing at all. But that was my first ever accomplishment. That was my first ever achievement at the mere age of 11. I started believing that this opportunity that I found out for myself is definitely going to go a long way because I have started thinking in a very different manner. Taking you down to the time, 2003, I get a call from my school's principal. asking me to come to his office, and I was scared to see him because I hadn't done anything wrong that I would see the principal. I went and we had a very casual conversation about youth exchange and study program. It was the very first year, 2003. After 9/11, there were so many misconceptions that none of my family would agree to it. There were so many people opposing this entire idea. I fought against all of them, but there was this one thing that made me realize that it's a very critical choice that I have to make. My mother was diagnosed with tuberculosis in her spinal cord. It was difficult. It was a difficult time for both of my sisters because I was thinking that what if I lose her as well? I won't be having any parent, any guidance, anything at all in my life after that. I had to make a choice. I went to the exchange program for the fact that it is going to be good for my family and me for a very long time. And I wasn't wrong, I was right. After coming back, there were so many opportunities, so many things in my plate that I just kept accepting them, that I just kept them. I opened my heart to all the things, I opened my heart to every single thing, every single happiness that was coming my way. But then I realized, what's the next step in life? Is it all that I'm supposed to do? Is it all that's my purpose? Am I being too selfish out here? And then the whole idea of opening opportunities for people came to me. I started volunteer work. I started giving different sessions, motivational speaking sessions. But this very moment, which was very big for me and for a lot of people around me, there is an exchange student from Balochistan, Gwadar. She called me up one day and she asked me that what if she wants to open a school in Gwadar and she needs some financial help, and will I be able to support her? I said, let me give it a try. I don't have enough resources, but let me just check with my friends and over social media, how can I help you out? So I posted it on Twitter, and within 10 minutes, I had $1,000 in my bank account. Unbelievable, incredible. That restored my faith in humanity. That restored that accomplishment, that sense of opening opportunities for people and feeling satisfied about it. I had discovered my purpose of life. I had discovered everything in life after that. It was a new journey after all after that. What I do now is the reflection of all my learnings, all the things that I've learned over this course of years with experiences, with people, with great education and awareness around me from different sources. I run a clothing brand for the women of Pakistan to promote the embroidery industry. I run this Facebook page for the photographers of Karachi so that they can showcase their work and show it to other people so that they can bring out a change in the society with the help of photojournalism. And I do many things, and I do mentorship on many levels, from school students to grad students. They all come up to me for advices. Going back to my childhood, going back to that little girl, 8 years old, loss of the father, being called an orphan, being called oppressed, being called useless, being called the person who was not supposed to be there but a boy. Despite of all those hardships, despite of all those labels that I got for myself, I was able to do this all. So what I want you all to think about is this one thing, this one power that all of us share. That one power that all of us have in common. We, at some point, must have needed that door of opportunity to be opened for us. And I'm pretty sure that we can utilize it, utilize that power, utilize that door to open opportunities for other people around us. Think about it. Are you powerful enough to open a door for someone else? I'm sure you are. Give it a try. Thank you.